What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Board Games Are For Everybody, where today we are going to be doing a solo playthrough of Bunny Kingdom. Now, I don't know if this is how well this is going to work, but we are going to get through it. We're going to get through it. I have seen a couple of solo variants online on Board Game Geek and such, but I think the two that I looked at required me to print stuff off. Like, you had to print all these resources, and there were a bunch of rule changes and stuff. Excuse me. There were a bunch of rule changes and stuff, and I feel like that's just a lot of work. So what we're going to be doing is we're basically just going to set up 3 players. 2 of them are going to be like AI controlled players. And I will just, without looking at their stacks, I will randomly select a card, and we will score them based on that. And we will see how it goes. That's the best I got. We'll see how it goes. So we're just going to set up for a 3-player game. So each person's going to have a stack of 12 cards. Double 6, I was close. Of 12 cards, and we're gonna see how it goes from there. So we're gonna start. Everyone's gonna have 1 on the 0, and then 1 just off to the side here. So I am gonna play as the pink rabbits, and our AI opponents will be the yellow rabbit and the red rabbit. And we're going to see how things go. So we should have to get our building pieces out of here. We're going to have to shuffle our deck. I'm just going to keep these in the bag to make life a little easier. I am going to grab a yellow and a red here just so I can keep track of whose cards are down here. Speaking of keeping track of cards, we're going to have to... Well, I guess we'll be placing stuff out as we go, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue, but we'll see, I suppose. Anytime I get any sort of resource, we're going to play it as if it would be beneficial, at least the most beneficial I can think of for the opponent. It's the only thing I can think to do, really. Gonna get all of our... buildings out here. I'm just trying to see where I actually have space. We got a bunch of space over here. Want to at least try and get stuff in the frame. So we have a bunch of our 1 buildings here. I think the 2 buildings are also in here. Oh, I might have put the 2 buildings in with the 3s. This might just all be 1s. I think this is all 1s. So those are all our 1s. And then... Oh yeah, we got our 2s and our 3s in here. Okay, and then last things last, we just need to shuffle all the cards together. That'll be fun. Especially since most of them are probably still kind of together from when we played last. If I can even get this thing out here, Jesus. Oh, literally 1 card that doesn't want to come out. I'm also going to grab just one of these player aids here because it'll probably help me. There we go. Of course, everything else comes up. Okay, so that should be everything that we need. Those can go back in there. Those can go there. Let's shuffle up these cards. Oops, didn't mean to knock that. Hopefully everything is both in frame and somewhat in focus. I'm messing around with a bunch of the settings on my phone right now. Usually I would just have the multi-focus on because it'll kind of focus on whatever is prevalent at the time, but I've been noticing that at a lot of times stuff is blurry in the background or stuff is blurry in the foreground, and I wish I had a way to just get some sort of macro lens on my phone, but for whatever reason, all the lenses that are in my phone like to autofocus on things. So I'm messing around with stuff to try and find the best setting for us. Get this bag out of here. I'm gonna have the red rabbit stack, the yellow rabbit stack, and then I will have my stack, and hopefully we can keep track of our own stack. Okay, let's shuffle up this stack. And let's shuffle up this stack. And then we're just going to do a quick kind of shuffle of all of them, if I can shuffle all of them. And then each player, is going to be dealt 12 cards. So the premise of this game is that we're going to be forming our kingdom via our bunnies, our bunny kingdom, as it were. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. There we go. We're going to be forming our bunny kingdoms, and we want to try and spread things out. Where did that card go? I put the card back in the box. We want to try and spread our fiefs out, our fiefs, I think it's fief, I believe is how it's pronounced, in order to gain victory points. And we also want to be able to start building castles and such. Speaking of which, I need to put level 1 castles on all of these towns. The amount of points we get at the end of each round is going to be based on the size of our fief times, I believe it's, oh, right. So the sum of towers in our fief. A fief is how many rabbits we have adjacent to each other. And we're going to score points based on how many towers we have. As you can see on all the different castle pieces we have, see, this is what I was talking about. It's kind of, oh, there we go. It's focusing now. The different towers have different, the different castles have a different amount of towers. We have 1, we have 2. Should have just stuck on the multi, apparently. Wonder if I can change that while I'm in here. I don't think I can. And we have 3. So we gain points based on how many towers are in our fief, multiplied by how many different resources are within that fief. So say we had a big group down here in I, 4, and 5, and J, 4, and 5. If we had a fief of 4 down in these squares down here, and we had a tower with a 3 on it, we would only gain 3 times 1 because all of these are fish. But if we had this carrot here as well, we would gain 3 times 2 because carrot and fish. So we're just going to keep this off to the side here in case we need it. It's just how we score plus a multiplication table on the back. So this is going to be the red player's stack. This is going to be the yellow player's stack. And this is going to be our stack here. Basically what we're going to do during each turn is that we're going to select 2 of the cards that are in our hand, and then we will place those cards face up in front of us. If we decide to choose one of these guys here, I can't remember what they're called, but they're like parchment. They're like goal cards, basically. We're going to place these face down until the end of the game, and at the end of the game, we will score based on what's on here. So the example of this one, Master of the Mountains, we gain 2 carrots at the end of the game for each mountain that we control. So that could be super beneficial. And then we have something like this, where you gain 12 carrots if you control at least 10 different fiefs, which that would be a lot of different things. We've got Opportunist here, 10 carrots if you are in second place after final scoring. I guess you'd have to be really close to someone on your second, if you're in second. So what we're going to do, 4 carrots for each fief you control with at least 3 territories. So territories are the different things here. So we have like carrot farms, we have mountains, we have like fisheries, forests, plains. And before we start here, I actually have to do what I said I was going to do. All of the towns start with one tower. Make the game harder on myself by not putting the towers down. And I think we're going to go for that Master of Mountains there. If we had a mountain in our hand, we'll see if we did. We'll try and secure a bunch of mountains because, what did it say, 4 per thing? 2 per thing. So if we had all the mountains, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That would be 32 points at the end of the game. Now, I don't know if that would necessarily be worth it or not, but 32 points is 32 points. That could really help us out. I don't know why I'm putting that on the mountain. That's the wrong thing. That could really help us out at the end of the game. Is that all of them? I believe it is. Oh no, there's one more over here. Okay, I think that's it. So let's actually start with the game. So let's see what we got going on here. So we've got some forests with some logs, so that could get a fief started for us. F9 would put us over here next to these two. So if we could get F8 and G9, that could help us out. However, we don't have either of those at the moment. We do have I4 and J5, which could help us out down here. But really, I would want the J5 and the J6, I think. These guys here are castle cards. If we play down one of these, basically we put a tower on it at the until the end of the round. After all 12, I believe it's after all 12 cards are gone, that's when you put castles down. But it might be just as you draw it, like as you activate. But I believe these are at the end of the round once all 12 cards are dealt out. That's how we're going to play. I could double check the rules, but that's how we're going to play. Basically, these allow you to gain more towers for your fiefs, like we mentioned, for scoring. So those can be beneficial to us. Let's see what we want to do here, though. 4 carrots for each fief you control with at least 3 territories. I'm wondering, I can't remember if territories and the different, like, square factions are a different thing or not. I should have double checked all this before I started. Maybe I will need to go through the rules. I just want to double check if territories are the same as token skies, territory types. Okay, yeah, so the territories are the sea, forest, field, plains, mountains. Lava flow blocks the connection between 2 mountains. Cities on the New World board are neutral until a player takes them. Okay, so those are the different territories. So we'd have to have at least 3 territories, and we would get 4 for each. Is that what it said? 4 for each fief you control with at least 3 territories. I think I'm going to hold off. I'm going to try and just start getting some stuff built out here. So we're going to go J5. And I could take I4 and just not build down here. I could start building this fief up this way, if that's an option. It might be. So I think we're going to take the I4 as well. So those are going to be our 2 cards. We're now going to take 2 random cards for yellow. Just going to spread these out a bit more so I can make a stack of stuff that they have. So these are the 2 cards they're going to pick. This is the remainder of their cards. These are the 2 cards they're going to pick. These are the remainder of their cards. So we're going to start with ours. We're going to place a rabbit down on J5 and I4. It's only been 15 minutes and we're finally taking the first turn. That's okay. So these now go into a discard pile. I believe all players just have a separate discard, but I think we're just going to make a total discard here. So that's this. Yellow player is going to be... So they're going to have the Explorer for the end of the thing. They will gain 3 carrots for each territory controlled on the corner of the board at the end of the game. So they're going to keep that for now. And they're also going to be placing a rabbit down on F8, which is a town. It's a good thing I guess I didn't get that forest over there, or we would not have been able to get it because they have the F8. So he's going to keep that until the end of the turn. That's going to go to the discard. And red is also going to have a parchment for the end of the turn. Copy a parchment from the player on your left. So they'll be able to do that at the end of the game, and they're going to be taking a 10. A 10 all the way up here. Alrighty, so now that everyone has played their hands, what's going to happen is that everyone is going to pass their cards to the player on the left, and we're going to continue until we run out of cards, and that will signify the end of the round. And at the end of each round, we will score our points based on the fiefs that we have on the board, and we will draw a new hand of 12 to start a new round. The game ends after 4 rounds, I believe it is. So at the end of the 4th round, we will be calculating our score and seeing who won. I will admit, if I lose to complete randomness, then I just had really poor planning. But we'll see what happens. 1 carrot for each wood produced in your province. A camp could be useful. Camps allow you to expand your fief until that area is actually taken by someone. So that could be helpful. It could also be helpful to take this special resource, because we could put it, say, here or here, and it would give us a second resource on top of one that we already have, which would be nice. Although I actually think the rules state that you can't place more than 1 resource on a thing, so we'd have to place it on something that's empty, which neither of ours currently are. Still, though, that could be helpful, so hopefully it doesn't get discarded. I'm looking for H4, possibly even I3 would be good. Oh, Pan the Barbarian is a great card. I might actually take this. You gain 2 for each territory you control without a city or a resource. The last game we played, this happened a lot. At the end of the game, I scored a good 50 points just from this card on its own. So I think we're going to be taking Pan for the end of the game. And I think we're also going to take G5. That could be nice. B1 would get us a mountain. Stage 3 castles can only be played on mountain spaces. But I think I would want either F2 or F3 in order to use that one down here, because I don't really have anything up that way yet. So we're definitely going Pan, and I think, is H6 an empty space? We could go H6 and hopefully expand over. We could put, we've also got F6, H and F6. G5, I think, is what we're going to go with. Get ourselves into that town, and it's fairly close to where we are. I think that's what we're going to go with. So let's see what our 2 cards for yellow are. And let's see what our 2 cards for red are. Right, so I'm going to be keeping Pan for the end of the game. I'm just going to keep mine face up over on this side here, which unfortunately you guys can't see. Let's see if I can move the board over here just a tiny bit so that we can get this stuff in here. There, that works. Hopefully you guys can still see everything. And I'm also going to place a guy down on G5. So we now have one castle, which is nice. We have one tower. We just need to connect that fief to something else. So we're either going to want to try and connect to f5, or we're going to try and get h5 and h4. Yellow, I'll put this in the discard first. Yellow is going to gain a level 1 for the end of the round, and is also going to put something down on I10. All the way at the end here. So he's going to keep that till the end of the round. And red is going to be playing on I6 and H7. Now, I6, I think, is something I would have wanted. I6 is probably something I would have wanted. So that's unfortunate. So red is on I6 and H7. And that is going to be the end of that round. So, I discard that. Everything is passed to the left. And we start anew. What do we got here? Matriarch 12, if you are the player who controls the most territories. Well, we could just try and get the most territories. E5, well, E5 could be beneficial if we get F5 as well. Oh, geez. Oh, there's F5. Oh, my God. I think we're going E5, F5. I think that's the best move here. Because provided they don't get the snowball. Sorry, there's not snowballs, they're pearls. Provided they don't get pearls, we could put that on E5. And we could have that as a special resource. And it would give us 2 resources coming up off of F5 and E5. So we'd have a fief of 3. And we would have 2 different resources there. We would have to try and get a castle onto F, maybe, into the forest. But we wouldn't be able to put one onto E if we put that special resource there. So we'd have to be careful about that. Maybe we'll have to see if we can also get G4 or G6 if they show up. But I think this is the best option right now, so that's what we're going to go with. Hopefully they don't get the pearl. And I guess if they can't place it, it would just be discarded, is how we would have to treat it. And those are the 2 red is going to use. So starting with me, we're going to place rabbits down on F5 and E5. So we're going F5 and E5. Going to discard these. Yellow is going to be playing F9 and B8. B8. Not too close to any of their other stuff. F9's a good space, though. F9's going to give them a fief of 2, and they're gonna gain some points there. B8 is right there, and red will be playing F6 and H6. I feel like those are what I wanted. F6 I definitely could have used. H6 I could have used, but it's okay. It's not necessary. Okay, so we've got F6 and H6. So he now has a fief of 3, but no resources yet. Okay. So we are now going to pass everything to the left. It must have been in this hand, that resource. Hopefully we can still get it. E2. What would E2 do for me? E2 could be beneficial. But I'd also have to get E3 and 4. That would be a pain. This could be beneficial. I already have a fief with 3 different territories in it. So that's at least a guaranteed 4 points. Maybe we'll take the Caratistador. Master of the Mountains. I don't know if I want to take the E2. It's not going to do... I think I'm going to take the town. Because I don't think the E2 is going to do much for us. So I think this is what we're going to go with. Okay, so we are taking this guy, and we're going to be taking a town for the end of the round. An end of round town. Yellow is going to be playing. They're going to have a town of 2. They're also going to be playing a camp. Doing the camp is going to be a little tricky. What would be a beneficial place for them to put a camp down? Probably... What are we, yellow? They're probably going to want to put a camp on that carrot patch there because it would give them some extra space. So let's grab a camp here. And they're just going to set up camp right on this carrot patch. So until someone takes that carrot patch, it is officially going to be part of yellow. And the camp card stays with them. Red is going to be playing H8 as well as a town of 1. Wow. Okay, they now have a fief of 4, but still no resources, so that's good at least. And we are going to pass everything to the left. I don't think anyone has played that. Yeah, there it is there. So we're going to take that for sure. And we don't have a mountain really to play this 3 on, so we could take B1, but there isn't a whole lot up there, so don't know if it's... I mean, it could help us out late game, maybe. But the only thing that's really up there is just the logs. We'd have to maybe get D1 and put a resource on that, but I haven't seen D1 yet, so I think we're gonna... Wow, there's not much for us to do. We can't do this. We can only put it on... Oh, this can only be put on water, which is fine. We can put it down here. We can put it somewhere down here. Oh, right. We can put one on something that has a resource, but we can't put it on something that has a castle already. I think that's how it works. Or you just can't put more than 1 extra tile on it. There is a rule in there. I believe it's just that you can't put more than 1 extra tile. So, like, I couldn't do this as well as another special tile on the same thing. And you also can't play stuff if there's already a castle on the space. I believe that's a rule. I have some wood. I guess we're just going to go with the carpenter because just really don't got much else to go with. So 2. And 2. So I'm going to be placing down this pearl farm. If I can find it. What's this here? Yeah. Yep. I'm going to take this pearl farm. And I guess we're going to place it down here as the smarter choice because we're going to try and connect up this way. That's probably the smarter choice. So we got the pearl farm. And we have our parchment for the end of the game. Yellow is going to be playing on A1 and we'll be taking the colonists. So they're going to gain 3 for each camp they have at the end of the game, which I guess is good since they already have a camp. Just going to place that face down there. And I'm just going to slide this guy under here for now. Now, if someone takes over a camp space, you don't lose that camp card. You get to keep the camp card at the end of the game for scoring. You just don't gain the benefits of having the camp as part of your fief anymore. And red is going to be playing... Oh, they just took 2 parchments for the end of the game. And everything's going to shuffle to the left. These are the last 2 cards for everybody. So I am going to be getting the Matriarch. So if I'm the player who owns the most territories at the end of the game, I'm going to gain 12 points. And I'm also going to end up with B2, which I didn't want. But okay, I guess I'm going to end up with B2. At least I can put a 3 on it down the road if we start to get more stuff up that way. But with that lava there, it's going to be blocking our paths. So we can't go from here to here. We would need C1. Oh, sorry, that was B2. B2, not B1. So we're going to need C2 and C1 to come down this way. Or we're going to need C3. A2 and 3 would be nice as well because I can grab one of the woods. And then I would also like to try and come over into this fish spot. That would be nice too. Yellow has E2 as well as Honey King. So they're going to gain 12 carrots at the end of the game if they control at least 12 fiefs. Sorry, at least 10. I think it said 10 fiefs, not 12. And they're going to put a bunny onto E2. And red's final set of cards is going to be B1 as well as a level 3 castle. So red, not yellow. B1. And that is going to be the end of this round. So now that it's the end of the round, first things first is everyone needs to place their castles down. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to be placing a castle on my forest area here so that I can gain some extra stuff for that one there. I don't think I'm allowed to put a castle. I don't think I'm allowed to put a castle on the fishing spaces. I need to double check this. Rules, honestly. Castle placement. Where is castle placement? Phase of a round. I just want to make sure I'm placing stuff in the right spot. I mean, I suppose so long as everyone is playing incorrectly, then it's fine, right? But what is it on this page here? Construction phase. During this phase, you can place your buildings on the New World board by the following. You can only place your buildings in territories you control except for camps, which can only be placed in empty territories. You must respect any building requirements of your building. Luxury resource farms and strength city 3 cities can only be placed on certain types. Yep. As indicated, a building cannot be moved. There can never be more than 1 building token on a territory. If you place a building on a territory that already produces a resource, it continues to produce that resource in addition to... Oh, so you can... Oh, it's if you put one on there that already does a resource, but you can't add a resource once it's there. But I am allowed to put it on that spot there. So I think that's what we're going to do because I think that's our most beneficial thing to do. I think that's our most beneficial thing to do. Okay. Okay. Yellow is now going to put down theirs. So their best option is probably going to be put a 2 here. They are not allowed to put it on their camp. So I guess the other best option would it be up there? B8? You have the other towers there, but not a whole lot of resources. It might be smarter for them to put it on E2 here. I think that's what they'd probably do. So those are both done. This is done. And red can only place on B1 because it's the only mountain that they have. And their 3 would probably go somewhere down here, but they don't have any resources. So it might actually be more beneficial to put it on A10 for now because at least they'll gain points. But down here would be more beneficial in the long run. So I think they'd probably put it down here. So that is all of our things placed. So now we are going to score for the first round. So I will start with mine. I have a fief of 1 here. And I'm harvesting 2 resources, right? Fief equals its strength. Oh, which is the sum of its towers, right. I always think it's the amount of rabbits that you have in a row, but it's the sum of the towers. So I'm not going to get anything for that yet because there's no tower there. I'm going to need to start moving on that, get one of these spaces up here. But I am going to gain some resources for these guys here. So I have 2 towers with 1 resource, so I'm going to gain 2 points for that. I think that's all we have at the moment. So we're just going to gain 2 points. The yellow player, do they have anything right now? They've got this down here. They have this fief of 3 here, 2 resources with 3 towers. So that's going to be 6 points for yellow. That's pretty good first turn. 6 points for yellow. And red, I don't believe has anything yet. They have a lot of stuff set up, but they don't have any resources being generated. So nothing for red yet. So we're going to deal out 12 more cards to each player, and we're going to start round number 2. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. What was that? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, let's see what we got. Fisher King, 20. If you produce at least 7 fish, dang, that is a lot of, wow. Only 7, eh? I only have 2 right now. Mountains, I have a mountain. I could take this special resource and put it on B2 there. That could be useful. We just get an automatic 6 points at the end of the game. That could be useful. Sky Tower. Connect 2 of your territories with sky tokens. What would the point of that be? Connect 2 of your territories with sky tokens? Oh, they can be different territories. So, like, I could connect this, like, to this. That could be interesting. Because that would give me a resource of 2. I wouldn't be able to put it onto the one that has the pearls on it, though. I'd have to try and connect either with J4 or I3. Is J4 or I3 here? This is a fish. Oh, it's a parchment. Is it a parchment? No. It's just a fish. Oh, is there a fish resource? Well, yeah, there is. You can just get a random fish resource, and it says you can put it on anything. Doesn't have to be a certain tile. That could be useful. I could put that up on E5. That could be useful. Copy of parchment from the player on your right. Fisher King. I feel like the Fisher King could be beneficial. I think I want to go with this Sky Tower and this fish here, because I think we're going to connect these guys to up here, and we're going to try and spread out a little more. What do I need to get? If I could get D2, no, sorry, D5, that would be great. J7, where's J7? Oh, way over here. Well, J7 could be beneficial if we could find J6 as well. Wow. This is a tough one. This is a tough one. I think we're going to try and go with that J7. I think we're going to try and make that work. And we're going to take the iron here. We're going to take the special resource. This could totally backfire on me if those cards get taken by the other players, but we're going to see. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully we can get a level 3 building so that we can put it on that mountaintop. And hopefully we can get J6 as well. J6 would be good. Okay, so we're going to start off with J7 as well as the iron. J7, as well as the iron token. Where is the iron token? Is this it? Nope, that's a sky token. That's a sky token. That's a sky token. Ah, there's the iron. And we're gonna toss the iron on our mountain here. Okay, that's us. Yellow is gonna be at A7, and they will be taking the little prince for the end. Harvest the carrot from all your fiefs again, except your best fief. Interesting. So keep that for the end of the game, and they're going to take A7. They took one of my fish, dang it. Although I don't actually have that yet, so that doesn't even matter. And red is going to be taking Master Fisher, 2 carrots for each fish you produce, and they're also going on to H5. So let's get red onto H5. I think H5 was what I wanted. Oh, dang, dude. They took my H5. That's no good. That's no good. Alrighty, so everything's going to pass to the left. And let's see what we got now. I1, it's a little far. C7 is a little far, but it would be good to keep it away from yellow. D4 would be beneficial for me. I7, is I7 useful? Not really. Not really. Immediately play and draw 2 cards. Provisions. That could be useful. I think this D4 might also be useful, honestly. Or not D4, No, it is D4, right? D4 could be useful. That's pretty close to my my stuff there. If I D4'd and I took this camp, what is it that I need? E4? We got E6. E6 could also be beneficial. That would give us another tower. Jeez. Do I take E6 or do I take D4 now and hope that... So here's the thing. I could take D4 or I could take D7. It was D7, right? C7? Oh, it was C7. D7 would have been better. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to take D4 and we're going to take the camp. And then we're going to hope that E6 doesn't get taken before our next turn. So we're going to go D4 in the camp. We're going to try and get that E6. Okay, so we're taking D4 as well as a camp. So the camp's going to stay with us. D4. We're going to be placing the camp right here so that we can expand our fief up that way. And we have a guy on D4, which is going to give us another resource, and a guy on E6 here, or E4. E4, sorry. Yellow is going G7 and E7. Dang. Okay, so yellow is on E7 and G7. And red is going to be taking the Fisher King and the Sky Tower. I really wanted to take that Sky Tower, so it's kind of unfortunate. Is this the blue one? No, it's the black one. Right? Sky Tower? Yep. Okay, red. What is the most beneficial thing to do for red? The only thing they really can do is attach their fish down to their bottom part here. That's the only thing they can really do, so... Because they can't place it where the castle is on B2. So, I'll just place it here, so that'll at least give them a resource. They'll score some points for the resource. That'll be good. Okay, everything goes to the left. And let's see what we got. G4. Is G4 good? G4 could be beneficial for us. Do I have an open forest? I do not. That could have been helpful. B10. F4. F4 is beneficial. I could F4 and then take the mushroom. Double the carrots from treasures you have? Dang. Double the carrots from treasures you have. That's crazy. I might have to try and get some treasures. No, I think we're going to go F4 and the mushroom patch here. I think that's our play right now. Two. And 2. Alrighty, so we're going F4 and we're going to take that mushroom resource. If I can find that mushroom resource, there it is. And we're going to be placing that on F4 right away. Seeing as it is our only forest. Okay. Yellow is going to get the liberal, so they're going to be able to copy a parchment from a player on their right at the end of the game. And they're also going to be taking E1. Oh, that's going to score them some points. Red is going to get E6 as well as provisions, so it's going to be allowed to draw 2 cards and play them immediately. So red on E6. That is going to help with scoring its fish up at the top there. And they're also going to get to draw 2 cards and play them immediately. So they're going to be getting gold, which they can put on a mountain. However, they don't have any free mountains. Oh, except they also got D5, so I guess they do have a free mountain. Okay. So red's going to gain D5. As well as the gold. There we go. That is red's turn. That was done. Okay. Move everything to the left and continue on. I should really start getting some buildings here. I need to try and start increasing, because right here we have, I could put a building on my carrot field and I could put a building on E5. Are there 2s anywhere? No. It actually might be nice to take this fish for E5. Because that would give us 1, 2, 3, 4 different resources, which could really help with our growth here. I think that's what we're gonna do. Okay, I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a building and we're gonna take the fish market there. Okay, so we are taking a level 1 building. We are taking the fish. Where is the fish? There it is. And I could put this on... Man, I'm really screwing over my my Pan. Pan isn't going to do much for me, apparently. Maybe we'll put this on the carrot patch. I was going to say the pumpkin patch. It's not a pumpkin patch. Although I guess having Pan right now is going to save everyone else from getting a lot of points, because they have quite a few guys on places without resources. So we're going to put this down on E5 here. That's going to give us another resource, so that'll be good. Yellow has I1 and C7. And red is going to have G4 and D9. G4 and D9. I would have liked to have G4 maybe, but this might actually be okay because we get 4 for each of our fiefs in more than 3 territories. So having fiefs that are too big, I currently only have 1 fief. All my other guys are in their own their own little world over here. And that was red. Okay. Everything to the left. And we are almost done with this round. Just 2 more turns here, it looks like. Do I want to take another one? I7. I7 wouldn't do much for me. Would G8 do anything for me? G8 would plot me right in the middle of all of them. F1 wouldn't really do a whole lot for me either. So I think we're going to take the building. And maybe F1 just to stop them from getting it. From yellow getting it potentially. Although I guess yellow isn't going to get it. Red's going to end up with whatever I don't take. So where's red? I7 would benefit red quite a bit. G8 would also benefit red. But they're going to get one or the other. So can't really do much about that. I think I'm going to take F1. No, sorry, I7. Because it's just a better choice. I think being able to potentially put a level 3 mountain on there. Oops. Being able to potentially put a level 3 mountain on there. Or sorry, a level 3 castle on the mountain is more beneficial than getting an empty space or a wood that is nowhere near any of my other guys. Okay, so we're taking a level 1 building as well as I7. Yellow is going to be taking the treasure hunter, so they're going to gain extra points here. And they're going to be taking B9 as well, which is another town. B9 is actually beneficial for them. Not currently, but in the future, it might be beneficial. Red will be taking D8 and G3. G3 and D8. Alrighty, let's see what our last cards are. I'm going to get these 2. Oops, red's going to get those. So, my final cards are A8 and B10. Are those beneficial for me? A8, nowhere near any of my stuff, but it does prevent yellow from getting some stuff. And B10 is also nowhere near me, but it is going to prevent red from gaining. So I think red ended up with the Fisher trophy there, so I guess trying to stop them from getting those is going to be good. So they're going to get a building as well as the golden carrot for the end of the game. Level 1 building, and red is going to have F1 and G8. F1 and G8. And that is the end of round number 2. So I have some houses to put out. Yellow also has a house to put out. What's going to be most beneficial for yellow? Probably, well, 2 times 1, 2 times 2. So their most beneficial spot's probably right here for the immediate right now. We have some things to put down. What's going to be beneficial for us? So I can place a castle down. I think we're going to put it down here because that'll be beneficial for us for sure. And I don't think I'm allowed to... I don't think I'm allowed to put one on a tile that has one of the special resources on it. So I think I have to put it somewhere else. So I'm not going to be able to put it on any of these guys. But I might put it down on the fish down here and hope that we get J10 for the next... Or, sorry, J6 in the next round. We're going to keep it down here for the time being. I have to try and get these guys connected too so I can start scoring them. So I want I5 or J4 as well as J6. Those would be helpful. Alrighty, let's do some scoring. So starting with me, I have nothing up at the top there. This guy is a 1 times 1. I think I'm allowed to have a fife of 1, right? So 1 times 1 would be 1 point. And I've also got these guys here. So we have 1, 2, 3 times 1, 2, 3, 4 different resources. So that's going to give us 12 points. Not too shabby. That's going to put us up to 15. Moving on to yellow. What have they got? They've got 1 times 1 resource over here, so that's going to get them 1 point. They have no resources up at the top that are connected. They have 1, 2, 3, 4 times 2 resources down here, so that's going to be 8 points for them, which is going to put them at 3, 5, 15 as well. And I think that's all they have for points. Red is going to gain... Now they have their sky tower up here. So they have 1 resource up there connected down here with 1, 2 towers. So that's going to give them a total of 2 points. Okay, that's our scoring. So let us start the next round. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, round number 3. Only 2 turns left. Now, you may be thinking that our points are quite low right now. And you are correct. Our points are quite low right now. I have noticed that, especially late in the game, points just start to skyrocket, especially when you start adding up all the bonus cards. Like, they just go nuts. This could be incredibly beneficial for me if I can find somewhere to put it. Do we have those J's? C4, G6, E3? E3 could be nice. Oh my god, look at all these things. If you produce at least 5 carrots, how many carrots do I have right now? 1? 1. I have 1 carrot so far. Oh, but this would also give me a carrot, so that would be 2. So I would need 3 more carrots. And we have E3 here. That would be 3 carrots. That would be close. Dang. Well, maybe if I can grab onto that at the end, but I think I need to go... I'm definitely taking this for sure. And I need something to put it on. What was I going to take? E3? E3 is what I was going to take. Oh, but it would only give us 1 extra resource. Oh, it wouldn't give us any extra resources. We already have all the resources in here, so I would want to put it somewhere else. Like somewhere down here if I could. C4... C4 is still connected to all those. G6 is a nice spot, but wouldn't do anything for me. Although it might be nice to take it so red doesn't get it, because that would give them quite a bit of points. E3 is carrots. Maybe I'm just going for carrots. Maybe I'm just taking buildings. This is a tough one. Someone has that thing that doubles all of their trophies, and I don't remember who it is. I don't remember who it is. It might be beneficial to try and take trophies right now, honestly. Jeez. D1 doesn't do much for me. C4 is connected, but I already have fish. G6 would block E3. Could be beneficial towards the carrot guy, carrot king. Why is this so difficult? Why is this so difficult? I guess we're going to go G6. Maybe we're going to try and go carrot king, provided it comes back to us. I don't know. I don't know. Be interesting. Do I want to go G6? I don't know if I want to go G6. I don't know if that's the right play. But there's really not a whole lot I can do. I need the J's or the I's. J or I would be nice. No, should actually take the cards they're going to draw. Okay, we're going G6 as well as the 3. This is really just for a carrot, though. This isn't going to do much for me. It's not going to give me any bonuses. I already have all of these things in that fife. This may not even be worth it. Jeez. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Dropping cards all over the place. Knocking the camera all over the place. Everything's everywhere. There we go. Okay. Should recenter this. Sorry about that. Okay, we could take a 2 building, although I don't think we actually have anyone we can upgrade. Jeez. A2. A2 could be beneficial. Would give us wood up at the top there. Maybe we should just take points. Take the 4 and the 5. Just an automatic 9 points. That would do more than this stuff would do for us. That's what we're going to do. I think we're just going to take the 9 points at the end of the game. So 9 points for the end of the game. Okay. Yellow is going to take I5, which I wanted, and H9. So that's unfortunate. I5 could have been beneficial for us. And H9. And red will be taking D2 as well as a level 2 building. So D2, level 2 building. Okay, everything to the left. That was only the first turn of round 3. Jeez. Alrighty, let's see what we got here. King of Thieves, 12 if you control at least 9 cities. Dang, I do not control... How many... Oh, no, 9 cities. Not necessarily 9 settlements. I think you need 9 cities, which are specifically these spaces here. And that could be pretty dang tricky. I have 1... I have 1. 1 for each parchment you have, including this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That would give us an automatic 7 points at the end of the game. 2 for each wood that you produce. I don't know if I produce any wood. 1, 2. I have 2 wood currently. That would give us 4 points at the end of the game. Oh, J9. Oh, that's too far over. Well, if I got J8, I could try and connect that. These could be beneficial. This 2 is also beneficial, though. C10. Where's C10? C10 doesn't do a whole lot for me. Well, C10 could be beneficial if I do end up getting that fish back, because that would put a bunch of resources up there. I think we're gonna take C10. Okay. That might, who knows if that's gonna work out for us. We'll see. We'll see. I have a lot of parchments. I probably should have taken the parchment guy. I think I am actually going to do that just so someone else can't. I'm going to take that. We're going to... Do I have somewhere I can put a thing down? On the mountain or up there? We'll pass on C10 for now. We'll keep the 2. So I'm getting a level 2 building. And we're going to be taking the bureaucrat for the end of the game. Yellow is going to be taking E4 as well as the burgomaster, 1 for each city you control at the end of the game. And they're going to be taking E4. Oh no, that's not good. That was my camp. Oh no. Oh no. So my camp has been removed. That is no good. I have just reduced my fief. I want that C4 now. Dang it. I want the C4 now. And red. Oh, did I get red's? I guess I didn't get red's cards. And red is going to be taking the master farmer, 2 for each carrot you produce, as well as D1. They're starting to get a nice little settlement going on up here. Okay, pass everything to the left. Let's see what we got. So, carrot production could be useful. Got another camp here. J8 could be useful for us. That could definitely be beneficial. F7. Not helpful for us, but it would. J2 could be beneficial. 3 for each luxury resource you produce. I have quite a few luxury resources. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4. That would give me 12 points. No, 4, 8. That would give me 16 points. Oh, no, wait. 3 by 4. I'm thinking 4 by 4. Yeah, that would give me 12 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I might be getting more special resources. So I think we're going to take this. That actually might be pretty beneficial for us. G10 doesn't really put me by anything. C2. C2 could be beneficial for us. But I think J8 is the better play. So I think we're going to take J8. Okay, so we are taking J8 as well as the merchant. So we need a guy on J8. Yellow. We'll be taking C4 and G6. C4 would have been nice for us. That would have been helpful. We are now locked here unless I get D3. And G6. Red is going to be getting a camp as well as the King of Thieves. So where is the most beneficial place for a camp for red? Possibly on this carrot patch down here. I guess the smart thing for them would be to put it on E6, right? to try and block me. But F7 could be a better choice for them. Camps are tricky, right? Because there's always a chance they can get taken. Camp could also be beneficial. Just trying to see where they have structures. All down here, so possibly on, I think F7 is the place to go right now. Okay, that'll give them an extra resource, so that'll get them some points there. Okay, so that is the camp. They keep the camp card. I'm just going to toss it in with their things there. Okay. Back to us. C1. C1's the town. That actually might be super beneficial to block off red. Because if they get that connected and they get a big resource out of it, that could be pretty deadly. I also want to work on my carrot production. I still only have one carrot, E3. We could get that connected if we get F3. That would bring us back down to our other fief, which would help. It would put the carrot patch back on there. But then we would be in the same situation we were in before, where putting the large resource on there wouldn't do anything for us. C1 or a level 2 building. I don't really have any empty guys. J9 would be nice because I could put a 2 here and connect J9 and put a 2 there. But I think we've gone all the way through and I have not seen those J's yet, so I don't think we're going to be getting those. So I think what we're going to do, A2, I think we're going to go A2 and C1, try and connect up there, get a fief going up there. I think that's our play right now. We're going to need C3, or sorry, C2. We're going to need C2. C3 could also be beneficial though if we also get D3. Okay, so we're taking A2 and C1. So this is going to block off red from getting a bunch of stuff started down here. And hopefully we can build up a fief and gain some points up there. Yellow is going to be taking A5 as well as a camp. So they're going A5. Where is the best place for a camp for yellow right now? Just trying to see where he has settlements. If he can connect to anything. Doesn't really have settlements. Oh, well, E3 might be the best bet. It would give him 1 point anyway. I think E3 is the best camp spot for the time being. So go E3. We'll give them 1 point at least for that. There isn't really a whole lot anywhere else that will do anything for them right now. Nothing with resources anyway. Okay, so A5 and C1. Sorry, A5 in the camp. C1 was mine. Just lost my train of thought. Red is getting a camp as well as carrots. Where's the carrots? There's the camp. There's the carrots. So best place for a camp for red. possibly on D6 in order to connect that gold. It would give them some more points there. It's probably the best bet for them. And then they already have carrot in this fife. Do they have another? I guess right here, because this is currently not scoring them anything. Okay. So they get to keep the camp. The carrot can go. Keep it face down here. Last 2 rounds of round 3. What do we got? J9. Did I want J9? Oh, I did. Oh, I can't believe I skipped that. Whoa. Crazy, dude. I can't believe I skipped that. Jeez. 2 for each wood that you produce. I currently have 3. That would be 6 points for us. I think that's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to go J9 as well as this Master Carpenter parchment. I can't believe I almost missed out on J9. My whole thing, like the last few turns there, I was like, oh, if I get J9, I can put a 2 on it. It'll be great. It'll be great. And here I am almost giving up J9. I can't believe it lasted until the end of the round. Jeez. All right, so I'm going J9 as well as Master Carpenter. I really want J6. J6 is what I want. We've got F7 and J2 for yellow. Oh, F7 was in there. Well, that sucks for red, I guess. Ooh, geez. F7. And this was right here. Well, sorry, red. I made a poor choice for you, I guess. So F7 and J2. Did I do J2? No. J2 for yellow as well. And red is going to be doing a level 2 structure as well as E3. Oh, which was yellows. Oh no. Well, I guess that you get what you dish out, yellow. You took red's camp and red just took your camp. I guess it just evened out. I guess it doesn't even matter. Alrighty, so we are in the last round here. So our 2 cards are G10 and C2. Oh, C2. Nice. C2 is what we were trying to get as well. Dang. Oh, I'm just getting lucky apparently. G10. Yellow will be taking King of Carrots parchment as well as the triple resource. That is pretty good for yellow. Where's the best place for the triple resource for yellow? Where do they have the most stuff? I'm wondering if up there is the best. They only have 1 times 3. Down here is probably better, even though they're only going to get the fish off of it. Oh, actually, we can't even do that because we can't have 2 carrots on the same thing. So we'd have to put it up. Oh, I think we have to put it on B8. Or we could put it on G6, which would still be connected to that fife. I think G6 is the better option here. Okay. And red's final 2 cards are C10 as well as the right glove. So red's going to be taking C10. And we have finished round number 3. C10. So we are going to score for this round, starting with me. I have my fife up here with 1 resource. Oh, I have to put my house down first, sorry. I'm putting this down here. That's the smartest place to do it, my water castle. I'm pretty sure I'm allowed to put them on top of any plate. It was just they were putting it on the mountain here. Hopefully I'm not wrong about that. I could unintentionally be cheating here. That's okay. I suppose I could technically put it on 8, but I want to put a 3 there. So if I'm cheating, then that's my fault. So I'm going to put my castle down. Red has 2 level 2 castles to put down here. Now, red pretty much only has one fife. So he's going to benefit, I think, from putting it here and putting it here, because it's going to increase that Sky Tower stuff. Although that's only, hold on. One, that's only one resource too. They're both only one resource. Red is not doing great in the resource department, apparently. That's crazy. Okay, we're going to put them there. We'll put them there for now. I'm almost wondering if it would actually be... We'll put one down there. I think one might actually be smarter. They'd probably put it up here, attached to this section here. Both of them only have one resource right now, but they can still spread out up this way to get fish and stuff. So that would probably be the smarter move. Okay, point scoring. So, points for me. 1 times 1 up at the top there. So, we get 1 point. We have a 1 times 1 here still. Gives us 1 point. We have our fife down here that has been disconnected with 1, 2. With 1, 2, 3 different resources. So that's 6 points. That's going to put us at 23. We now have this guy down here. Oh, we have this guy here, 1 times 1, so that's another 1. We have this one down here now. I'm just trying to make sure I'm actually getting all of them. I think I did. I tried to do it in a descending order here. So we have 2 times 2 different resources, so that's going to be 6 points, which is going to put us at 30. Yellow is going to score. Nothing up there. No resources there. They're going to score 1 for this one right here. They are going to score... Okay, so they have 1 resource, being the carrot. And then they have the wood and the fish. So that is 3 unique resources with 1, 2, 3, 4. And notice that over there. So that's 12 points. They have 3 unique resources with 4 towers. So that's 12 points for yellow, which is going to put it at 28. And I believe that's all they have. That is all they have. Red. What does red have? Okay, so red mostly just has the Sky Tower fife. They don't have a whole lot of castles anywhere else. So, the Sky Tower, we have the fish. That's it. Times 1, 2, 3, 4. So they're going to get 4 points for 6. And then we have this one up here as well. 3 with the gold. So that's going to be 3 points, putting them up to 9. And that is the end of round 3. We are now going into the final round of the game. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Our final hand for the game. Let's see what we got. Okay, I3, B4, D10. 1 for each fife you control. I don't have a whole lot of fifes. Well, if we're counting single ones as fifes, I have quite a few fifes. Treasure Guardian, 3 for each. I don't have any treasures. Oh, I have a couple treasures. I have 2 treasures. That would give me automatically 6 points. That could be nice. J10? J10 would be nice to have. We could increase our production there. There's only, oh no, there's a 2 here. Okay. So we're going to take the J10 and the level 2 house. We're going to try and guarantee that. I'm hoping we can maybe get Treasure Guardian back. Maybe 1 for each fife we control. That could be interesting as well. Alrighty, so we're going J10 as well as a level 2 castle. There's no avoiding this one. I'm gonna be building a castle literally on water. Am I allowed to do that? If not, I guess we're just cheating for this game. Construction. Okay, buildings. Strength 1, 2, 3 cities increase. Strength of your city up. Camps. If an opponent a building cannot be moved. Okay, hold on. You can only place buildings on territories you control, except for camps, which can only be placed on empty territories. You must respect any building requirements of your building's luxury resources, and Strength 3 cities can only be placed on certain types of territories. It doesn't say I can't put it on the water ones. It doesn't say I can't put it on the water ones, so I think that's what our play is going to be, is we're going to be putting it on the water. Okay, yellow has a farmer, 1 for each carrot, so that'll be for the end of the game, and they're going to have a level 2 castle as well, and red is going to have B3 and C3. Now, that B3 would have been nice. I would have liked to have that. If I can get possibly A3 and A4, that could be beneficial for us. Alrighty, move everything to the left. Oh, the diamond on the mountains. 1 for each fish you produce. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I produce 5 fish. 6. I have a fish thing in there. That would only be 6 points, though. Although 6 points is nothing to scoff at, I suppose. I could start stocking up on fish spaces. No, we're definitely going to take these diamonds. We're going to put this on... Do I want to do that? We could put it up at the top. I'm hoping we can get a level 3 for down here. Although I guess it wouldn't really matter either way. Down here we have more stuff currently. Up at the top we could potentially get a 3 and put it up there. So I think we're going to take the diamonds. Plus we have the thing that gives us points for special resources. So that might be a good idea. 1 for each territory you control on the edge of the board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10 points. That's not bad. I really don't want any of this other stuff anyway. Do I have the King Carrot guy? I don't think I ended up with him. No. No. One for each territory on the edge. I think we're going to go for this. 1 for each territory on the edge of the board. That could be pretty beneficial. Alrighty, so we are going Diplomat for the end of the game. We're also grabbing our diamond resource here, which is going to be placed... I think we're going to do it down here, only because I plan on putting that 2 down here. Yellow is going to get the Woodland King. 20 golden carrots if you produce at least 7 wood. How many wood does yellow have right now? 1... 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, geez. Jeez. They have 6. They have 6 wood already. Oh, God. That could be deadly. They could get 20 points at the end of the game if they get another wood space. Dang. And what was that? I2? I2. And red is going to be taking B4 and H2. B4 and H2. Alrighty, pass everything to the left. Another triple resource, eh? Do I have anywhere that can benefit from that? Not really. I could put it on G10, but G10 isn't connected to anything, so that really wouldn't do anything for me. Do we have J6 anywhere? Did I not end up? Oh, I could take the camp for J6. That could be useful. Oh, the spices. Have to go on a carrot patch. Do I have a free carrot patch? No, I don't. I don't. Both of them do, though. Jeez, is there a carrot patch in here? Oh. Oh, I can't put it down if I put the camp down, though. Huh. That's unfortunate. B5 wouldn't do anything for me. Ah, dang, I don't have the carrot patch. Well, I just gotta hope that they don't get it, I suppose. Maybe I can grab a carrot patch later on. I think we're gonna take the camp so that we can get J6. Would G9 do anything for me? Well, G9 would connect to that. I could put the resources down, the 3 resources. It would only be 3 points, but better than no points. But if I get the 3 resources, I'd have to either take it now or I'd have to give up on the camp space. And I think I'd rather take the camp space than take 3 points. But what would A9 do for me? Not much. C6 wouldn't do much for me. F10. F10. B5 wouldn't do much. So I guess we're just gonna take the G9. I wish I had a free carrot patch that I could put those spices on, but I don't. Alrighty, so we're taking G9 as well as a camp space. We're going to be placing that camp down here on J6. And we're going to be taking, what was it, G9? Which is right here. Yellow. He's going to be taking E10. And D10. E10 and D10. Red is going to be taking A3 and C8. Alrighty, down to the last 3 turns here. Let's see what we got. I feel like just trying to stock up on houses are probably good for now. And the Treasure Guardian might be good. H10, what would H10? Ugh. Right. We need to try and prevent yellow from getting more Forester. It's going to get 20 points. Oh, man. Do I take the forest just to stop him? I think I might have to. I think I'm going to take... B7 wouldn't be beneficial for me anyway. So I think we're going to take the H10 to try and prevent the forest. And we're going to take 1 for each fief you control. 1, 2, 3... 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 fiefs. That's 10 points compared to 6 points. So I guess we're going to take that. Again, that is provided that a single rabbit counts as a fife and you don't have to have two. I think you might actually have to have two, but oh well. Oh well. Can't really be cheating if you're playing a game against yourself, right? Alrighty, so we're going H10 to try and block yellow. And we're also taking this parchment for the end of the game. Yellow is gonna get the fisher. One for each fishing spot at the end of the game. They're also gonna be taking B6. And red is gonna be taking B5 and F10. F10. And B5. Alrighty. We are down to the last 2 turns. And then we're going to have a lot of scoring to do because we have to score all of our parchments as well. Okay, don't have to worry about forests in this hand. So what would benefit us here? A4 won't do anything for us. A4 would benefit red, though. H4 wouldn't do anything for us. A6 won't do anything. D6 won't do anything. I could get red off that camp, though. I think we're going to do that. We're going to stunt red's point gain here. A4. I guess it stops red from getting it. A6, do I have anything that gives me stuff for fish? No. A6 and A4 just don't, or sorry, H4 and A6 just don't do much for me. So I don't think there's really, oh, well, it could connect those guys. I could actually get some points for that resource. What? Oh, if I can get the spice. Oh, if I'm lucky enough to get that spice, H4 could be useful. We're running our luck on this one. If we get the spice, here and yellow doesn't use it, that could be great for us. So we're going D6 and H4. So H4, and we're getting rid of red's camp on D6. Come on, yellow. No spice. No spice. Whoa, no spice. I think we have the spice. Oh, man. A9 and C6. A9. And C6. We've all got place in the mountain here. And red is going to get the Treasure Guardian as well as a level 1 settlements. Okay, guys. Last round. These go here. This goes here. These are mine. I get the spice and the 3. So I'm going to put the 3 over here, obviously, because it's really the only place I can put it. But this spice is coming onto the pumpkin patch here. This may not do anything for me. I'm not going to score for these, but I am going to gain points for all of my special, produce. 3 points for each luxury produce I have. That's going to be just spot on. That's going to give me a huge amount of points. And then the 3 is going to go over on G10 here. Yellow has I3 and B7. I3 and B7. Well, that helps them out a bit. They'll get some points from the top up there. And red's final is A6 and A4. A6 and A4. Alrighty, that is the end of the game. We now have to put down our houses. Where's the best place to put this? So I have 1, 2, 3 resources here times 4. Which would be 12 points, or I have 1, 2, 3, 4 resources times 2, which would only be 8 points. So it's more beneficial to put it up here. So that's mine. What is yellow's most beneficial spots? Possibly on this carrot patch in the middle here. That's where a lot of its stuff is centralized. Right here is probably yellow's best spot to put this, because this is where all of his things are. Lots of stuff connected in here. Okay. And red, where's red's best spot to put this? Again, probably just in one of these guys here. He has a really big fife. All in through down here. 1, 2, 3 times 2 resources would be 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that would only be 5. It actually might be more beneficial to put it up at the top there. I think it's actually more beneficial to put it up here, because he has the wood and the fish with 3 spires, which would give him 6 points, which is more than he would get for the bottom ones here. Okay, time to score for end of round scoring, and then we'll get to parchments for each player. Geez, this is so many parchments. Oh my god. And these are all my parchments. Okay, so starting with me for scoring, we have this little section up here. 1 wood with 1 spire is going to get me 1 point. We've got nothing there, nothing there. We have got 1 times 1, which is there. Nothing there. This small section here, we have 1, 2. 2 spires times 1, 2, 3 different resources. So that's going to give us 6 points, which is going to put us up to 38. We've got 1 times 3 resources here, which is going to give us 3 points, putting us up to 41. We have nothing there, and then we have our 1 at the bottom here. So we have fish, carrot, that's 2 resources, iron, diamond, so 4 different resources. 1, 2, 3, 4 with 5 with 5 spires is going to give us 20 points for resources with 5 spires, putting us all the way up to 61. That's pretty great. Time for yellow's scoring. Nothing up there. Nothing. Oh no, we got this fife down here. So we have 1, 2. We have the fish and the carrot with 2 spires. So that's going to be 4. Can't figure out what 4 is. Geez, putting them at 32. We've got nothing there, nothing there. We've got this big fife here with carrots, wood, and then a fish down here. So that's 3 different resources with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spires. Dang. 6 spires with 3 different resources is going to give him 18 points. That's pretty nuts. So that's going to put him up to 50 points. We've got, I think that's it for yellow. We've got down here 1 times the wood down here. So 1 point, putting them at 51. That's it for yellow. Red. Nothing off of that 3 spire at B2. That's unfortunate. We have this fief over here with wood and fish. And that's it with 3 spires. So that's going to get red 6 points, putting them at 15. We've got this small fief down here with carrots. So 1 times 1 is going to get them 1 point, putting them at 16. We've got nothing on this one because it was cut off. Nothing from that. Nothing from those. And then we have the sky tower, which is 1, 2, 3, 4 spires times the 1 fish up on A10. So that's going to be 4 points, putting it at 20 points. And it looks like that is everything for red. So we're now going to start doing parchments, starting with red. We're going to go backwards. So first things first, copy a parchment from the player on your left. So we have to see what parchments that yellow has here. 3 for each corner. That would only give them 3 points. 12 if you control at least 10 fiefs. How many fiefs do they have? Seeing as we're counting 1, we'll see. What you need 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They have more than 10 fiefs. So that might be beneficial for them. Harvest the carrots from all your fiefs again, except your best fief. That wouldn't do a whole lot for them, unfortunately. Copy the parchment from a player on your right. Could you copy that parchment to copy one of your own parchments? Double any treasures. I'm not sure if they have any treasures. They've only got this one, which is only 1 point, so that would be pretty unbeneficial to copy that one. They could take the 6 points, 1 for each city you control. How many cities does red have? 1. I don't think it even matters. 15 if you have at least 5 carrots. This one might matter, but I don't think they do. 1, 2, 3 from the luxury one. Just 3. 1 for each carrot you produce. 20 if you produce at least 7 wood. 1. I'm going to say no. 2. No, only 2 wood. Or 1 for each fish space. 1, 2, 3, 4. They've only got the 4. So I think their most beneficial one is the Honey King, getting 12 if you have at least 10 fiefs, which they do. So they're going to gain 12 points by using that parchment from the yellow player. So that's going to put them up to 32. That was only their first parchment, by the way. Master of Mountains, 2 for each mountain that you control. They have 1, 2, 3, 3 mountains. So that's going to give them 6 points, putting them up to 38. Next up, we have the Opportunist, 10 points if you're at sixth after final scoring. Sorry, if you're in second after final scoring, so we'll have to wait until the end for that. 2 for each fish space that you produce. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4. I believe it's just 4. 4 fish spaces. So that's going to give them 8 points, putting them at 46. Fisher King, 20 if you have at least 7 fishing spaces, which they don't. We just counted 4. Master Farmer, 2 for each carrot space that you produce. So I think I forgot how many we had. I think they had 3. 1, 2, 3 from the luxury. 3. So that's going to be another 6 points, putting them at 52. We have the King of Thieves, 12 if you control at least 9 cities, which I don't think they do. They have 1 city, 2 cities, 3 cities, 4 cities, 5 cities, 5 cities. Not enough. They needed 9 cities. These are just their camps. Just put them there. 1 point for the right glove. And 3 points for each treasure that they have. So they're going to gain 3 points, putting them at 56. Alrighty, time to move on to yellow's parchments. To save that for the end. If they are in second, they will score an extra 10 points. First thing, 3 points for each camp that they have, which is 2. So they're going to get 6 points, putting them at 56. 3 points for each territory you control in the corner of the board. How many does yellow have on the corner? 1. A1 they have. So they're going to gain 3 points for that. 59. Little Prince, harvest the carrots from all your fiefs again except your best one. So I have to figure out what their best fief is. Their best one's probably in the middle here, which is 1, 2, 3. 3 different resources with 6 spires, correct? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which would be 18. So that's probably their best one. So that one is not being done, but the rest of their fiefs are scored again. So they've got one up here with 1 resource at 2, oh no, 2 resources at 2 spires. So that's going to be 4 points, putting them at 63. We've got this one down here, which is 1. We're not doing that one. We've got this one over here, which is 1. We've got this one over here, which is 1. And I believe that's all of them. Since we're not doing the 18, that's all of them. Alrighty, that one's done. No, that was theirs. Oh, this is them there. Okay. Liberal, copy a parchment from the player on your right. So let's see what we got here. 3 for each treasure. Do they have any treasures? 1 treasure. 1 treasure. So that would only be 3 points. Right glove, 12 if you control 9 cities. They do not. 2 for each carrots. 20 if you produce at least 7 fish. Do they? 1, 2, 3, 4. They do not. 2 for each space you get. That would be 8 points. Master of the Mountains, 2 for each mountain you have, which is 1. Which is 1. So that would only be 2 points. Place camp. Oh, and then camp tokens. So I think their most beneficial one was the 2 for each fish space, which is 8 points, correct? Yeah, so we're going to get 8 points for that. Putting them up to 4 and 4, 74. Their next one is the Royal Carrot, which is just 6. It's going to put them up to 80. We've got Treasure Hunter. Double the treasures that you have. So that's going to be another 6 points from the Golden Carrot. I believe that's the only treasure that they had. Yeah, it is. Socialist. 1 for each... Sorry, not Socialist. The Burgomaster. Where am I reading Socialist from? The Burgomaster. 1 for each city you control. How many cities does yellow have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 cities. So that's 5 points. It's going to put them up to 91. We've got Carrot King, 15 if you produce at least 5 carrots. Do they produce at least 5 carrots? 1, 2, 3, 4 from the luxury. Oh my god, they do. They control 5 carrots. That's 15 points. Dang. So that's going to put the 10... It's going to put them at 101. So we're going to move this guy over here to mark that we're at 100. Woodland King, 20 if you produce at least 7 wood. Did they end up with the 7 wood? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from the luxury, 6, 7. They did. That's another 20 points. Oh boy. It's going to put them at 121. 1 for each fish space you produce. 1, 2, 3. I think they just have 4 down here. So 4 points. It's 125. And the last one, 12 if you control at least 10 fiefs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They do. Okay. I'm still not convinced that 10 or that one guy is still a fief, but I've been playing like that the entire time, so we'll give them the 12 points. 25, let's put them at 37. So their final score, 137 for yellow. And now it comes to our parchments. 1 for each fief that you control. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think it's 10. So 10 points, putting us at 71. We have the Diplomat, 1 for each territory on the edge of the board you control. That's going to give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 points, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, sorry, 12 points. Which is going to put us at 83. We've got Master Carpenter, 2 for each wood that we produce. How many woods do we produce? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 woods. So that gives us 5 points. That's going to put us at 88. 3 for each luxury resource that you produce. We have a lot of luxury resources. We do. Now, that doesn't include... I don't believe that includes the... Oh, it might, though. I think these... I don't know if these are still counted as a luxury resource or not. It is an extra resource. Not normally on the thing, but I don't know if it's necessarily a luxury resource. I think just the ones like the diamonds and the iron and stuff like that are the luxury resources. Let's see here. 7 luxury resources, 2 trading post farms. Okay, so yeah, those are just resource production. So it is just the actual special ones, the actual luxury ones. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Do we have more than that? 5. That's not us. We have 5 luxury resources, which is going to give us, what was it, 3 per thing? So that's 15 points. So that's going to put us at 98 to 103. We have the Bureaucrat, 1 for each parchment you have, including this one. I will do that one last. We have the Royal Chalice for 4, the Royal Crown for 5, which is going to be 9 points, putting us at 112. Matriarch, 12 if you're the player who controls the most territories. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. So I have 26. Yeah, I'm going to forget that. Yellow has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Do they also have? Oh, geez. I might have miscounted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. I do not have the most, so I don't get anything from that. 1 for each wood that you produce. How many wood do I produce? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from the extra resource, 6 wood, so that's 6 points. Oh, that's not me. 118. I feel like I had one that was for wood already. Oh, because I did 2 for each wood. 6, 12. Oh, I only gave myself 1 for each of those. Was I supposed to give myself 2? I don't know if I gave myself 2 or not. I may or may not supposed to have an extra 6 points. The Caratostador. 4 for each fief you control with at least 3 territories. So this fief has 3 territories, so that's going to be 4 points. That one doesn't. That fief has 3 territories. It has the town, the forest, and the plains, so that's going to be 8 points. That's only 2. 1, 1. And this one here also has mountains, town, and forest. So that's going to be another 4 points. So that's going to be 12 points total, I believe. So that's going to put us up to 130. And then we have 2 for each territory you control without a city or resource. Do I have any that don't have a city or resource? I do. I have 1 on I-7. I have 1 on D6, so that's 4 points. I have C2 and B2, so that's another 8 points. That's another 4 points, so that's 8 points total. And it looks like that's it. So 8 points total is going to put me at 38. And then we also have our last one here, the bureaucrat, which we didn't do. So 1 point for each parchment I have, including this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's going to be another 11 points, putting us at 149 total, which means we are the victor. Red is in last place, so they're not going to get the benefits of that parchment there. But yeah, we managed to win. It was a very close game between us and yellow. Very close game indeed. For it being random, it turned out pretty well. It actually went pretty well as far as the solo mode goes. Just playing with random cards being taken. It's not too bad. Still gives you a chance to try and strategize with the cards that you have available to you, so it can still be engaging, can still be thought-provoking if you are trying to get a good amount of parchments or complete those goals. But yeah, I actually quite enjoyed doing this. Maybe I'll do this as a solo variant more often. It was a close game, at least between me and yellow, and I may or may not have supposed to have been having an extra 6 points, but I won anyway, so it just would have been overkill at that point. But it was a good game. It was a good game. I enjoyed that. Unfortunately, red fell a little far behind. But what can you do? It's just luck of the draw at that point. So I think that's everything for this. This solo mode worked out pretty well for me. It was just something I thought up. offhand after I was looking at those other ones online, and I was like, this is too much work. I'm just going to deal the cards out for 3 players and pick them randomly. And it worked out okay. So that's everything for Bunny Kingdom, this solo variant that I suppose I came up with. I'm sure I'm not the first one to do it, but so it is, I guess. Thank you guys very much for stopping by. If you guys enjoyed the video, let me know down below. If you've played Bunny Kingdom, let me know what you think down in the comments below. If you saw this playthrough and it made you want to play Bunny Kingdom, then let me know that down below too. It's always interesting to see what kind of games people end up picking up based on the stuff that we talk about on the channel. If you guys are on Instagram, check us out at the Board Games Are For Everybody Instagram page. We post pictures of the games that we're playing, as well as the games that we pick up outside of the monthly pickup videos here on YouTube. So if you like that kind of stuff and you're on Instagram, come check us out over there. But otherwise, that's all that I got. So thank you guys very much for stopping by. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully I will see you all next time. But until then, just remember that board games are for everybody. Until next time, peace.